some people nowadays, they say, oh, let me tell you about the good old days, or I remember when, whatever. What do you think? Let's imagine it's 2070 right now, 2070, 2080, and we look back and we go, oh, let me tell you about the good old days. What would you reminisce over? Like, what would you go and say, oh man, I really remember when life was like this. So I'll let you think about it slightly. Mine were the lack, I would say, the lack of computers and AI in everything that we do. So I think that in the future, I'm thinking 2070, 2080, I will look back and go, look, I remember a time when AI and computers went in everything, like Internet of Things style. Like probably by then we'll have literally computers into our, maybe even our skin, like our shirts, all the items we wear, wherever we go, all the buildings, everything will have some sort of sensor to tell like how warm you are, what's the temperature, your heart rate's going too high, all these things, which have some positive. But I think I could find myself reminiscing and going, I remember a simpler time when you weren't overwhelmed by all this data and all this information coming at you.
Yeah. I would say something along the lines of not being able to find exactly what you want. I have a feeling in the future you can get that song that you heard 20 years ago and just go it sort of went like da ding dong da din din din
Bang,
and
got it.
Yeah, bam, exactly what you want. That doesn't really happen now, although there are of course some YouTube comments of music videos where you go and it's like, oh, I found this through the song, the beep beep song or the submarine song or some shit. So I think that there'd be a sort of nostalgia in like, oh yeah, remember when you had to just spend 15 minutes searching for something and it just didn't pop up exactly what you wanted right away?
Yeah, I think there will come a time as well when you'll just think and it'll already appear, in the sense of you'll just think of like, oh, I want some, I wonder where I can get these blue shoes, and like automatic it'll be like, oh, these blue shoes available at this shop, you can buy them right now, would you like to buy them right now? Put it through the credit card. Oh, done? Alright, cool, that's been already sent it to you. Maybe it would reminisce and go like, oh, you have to actually go and search it and put it into a basket and buy it, or go to the store and try it on.
Yeah, I have a feeling we'd be mostly reminiscing about things that were shit, but that we thought were good. So I think
that take effort. That take effort in the sense of like we'd be like, oh, you had to do this, like you had to go and do this. Oh, like remember those days?
And like convince yourself like, oh man, I really used to enjoy driving, and then no one drives anymore. That sort of thing. I'm not sure there'll be anything. There'll be a couple of things that might be, like you said, about not having so much data thrown at you, sort of like a psychological thing like that. But I think in most cases, it'll sort of be a nostalgia for a shit thing, which you probably actually wouldn't really want back in your life.
Anyway,
because otherwise you could just go and do it.
Well, that's what I think. Like, when people reminisce now, I'm like, oh, let me tell you about the good old days. Like, well, do you remember when the good old days, like you were, a lot of people were dying. Yeah, when you got polio and you died, like, when you're going through the war, like, shit, that wasn't good. I think the other one though, I do believe we will reminisce about no physical cash. Okay. I think there will come a time when coins, cash, like the ability just like having a bit of cash and just being able to buy something, I think that you will be able to look back and say like, oh, look, let me tell you about the days when we use cash. Because I just see like there will be no cash in 2080. Like there just will be none. It'll just all be digital or cryptocurrencies or a digital coin or whatever. That it'll be all digitized. I don't see that being cash anymore.